Hello, dear friends. This is Molly with Soul School Tarot Astrology, and I am here with this sort of podcast style astro forecast, I guess we could call it. But really, it's just kind of a response to the question, what the hell is happening in the United States of America right now? All right. So before I get started, I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being a supporter of my channel. Likes, shares, and subscribes are very free and easy ways that you guys can offer support. So thanks once again for being here. If you are new, welcome to the channel. My name is Molly, and I like to talk about astrology. Now, I know that most of you guys are probably, whenever I start talking about transits and conjunctions, eyes glaze over and it's easy to tune out. So my goal is to make this a very, very accessible explanation of what's going on with the planets right now and why it has such a tremendous impact on the United States of America and what is happening within the United States right now. All right. So the picture that you have on your screen is a picture of the birth chart of the United States of America. Now, you may not know this, but in addition to every person having a birth chart, events also have their own charts, as well as organizations, nations, any entity that has been created. There was a point in time at which it was brought into creation, and you can draw up a chart for that time. This chart might be a little different than one that you've seen if you Google, like if that's just a thing that you've done before. If you decide to go do that right now, Google the birth chart of the United States of America, you're going to see that mine is a little bit different. Here's the reason why. As a historian, as a graduate student in history, I know, well, a former one at least, I know that the Declaration of Independence was not actually signed on July 4th, 1776. That's when the final edition was made. The final revisions were made on the Declaration of Independence. They said, okay, that's it. We agree. No more changes. This is the final copy. The beginning of that process, it was actually a two-day process. So the actual Declaration of Independence, when it was initially signed, was actually July 2nd, 1777 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So that's the chart that you guys have in front of you. And I promise I'm only going to be talking about one teeny tiny little part of this. If you want to draw your attention to sort of the upper left-hand area, you're going to see a little glyph that looks like a P and an L smashed together. That's Pluto. That's what we're going to be talking about today. The United States of America has a significant Pluto problem, and I'm going to break that down for you guys. All right. So let's talk about what it means to have a Pluto retrograde in Capricorn in your natal chart, if you will. This is a direct quote from thehoroscope.com. And before I read it, I actually just want to go ahead and clarify what Pluto energy is all about. Pluto is essentially, it's our subconscious. It's our shadow side. It's our darker, more secretive. It's not the part of ourselves that we show to everybody. It is what is deep and dark and within. All right. It also has a lot to do with power and control. All right. Pluto in retrograde. If you've got this in your chart, here's a direct quote from i.thehoroscope.com. Those with Pluto retrograde are independent, but terrified that others may control them. Some other shadow aspects of this placement are oppression, the existence of oppression that is ignored by authorities. Natives are also likely to be consumed with debt. They may also struggle to maintain control, specifically resisting transformation when it is needed. All right. Anybody with a Pluto retrograde in their chart, specifically in Capricorn, because Capricorn is all about control and the establishment of social order. So this particular placement in the natal chart of the United States of America gives it a tendency to deny the need for change, even when it is right in front of their face. Okay? Even when this specifically halts its evolution. All right? So in Capricorn, This is a tendency to want to maintain an established social order. The Declaration of Independence was only a declaration of independence from the British Empire, not from the social order that was replicated within it, which is founded on white supremacy. Okay, so just putting that out there, all right? Talking about United States of America, what does it mean that in its natal chart, we have a Pluto retrograde at 29 degrees of Capricorn, all right? So there's the facts. Those are on the table. Let's go ahead and I'm going to switch up the image now and take a peek. The new planets that are appearing on the screen, the outer circle where everything's green, that's where the planets are currently. Today, it is June 2nd, 2020. This is where the planets are at right now. We're focusing again just on that one little tiny corner of the chart where the natal Pluto lies, all right? So you're going to see we actually have 3 pretty significant planets in that area right now, okay? Little H with the cross on top, that's Saturn. Saturn is currently sitting at the 1st degree of Aquarius, so within 2 degrees of that natal Pluto. It's in retrograde, which means instead of going clockwise like it should be, these planets are all 3 in retrograde. They're moving counterclockwise. So once they begin to go direct, they're all going to pass past this natal Pluto placement again. All right. So basically what I'm saying is these Pluto problems that America's having right now, they've only just begun. All right. In fact, I'm going to talk about a Pluto return very, very briefly. Right now, what we've got, like I said, Saturn at the 1st degree of Aquarius. Saturn wants to point out how self-limiting beliefs are preventing our evolution. Okay? And that is directed towards the people in power at this time. And you can see this in the way that police departments across America are responding to protests. When you're resisting the protests, you are exacerbating the Pluto problems. When you come out and you kneel in front of your protesters and you actually begin a dialogue that is going to identify any self-limiting beliefs within departments that are preventing them from evolving, that's doing the work, okay? Not everybody's doing the work right now, okay? We can see that. Jupiter is the next planet that you guys see up there, the little green guy. It looks like a fancy number 4, all right? Right now it's sitting at the 26th degree of Capricorn. And what Jupiter is doing in this position is magnifying all of these issues. Magnifying the need for control, the need for power, magnifying the oppression that is being ignored and often perpetuated by authorities at this time. I'm not even going to talk about the debt. But you know that's happening too right now. Okay. But basically all of these issues are being magnified by Jupiter's position right now, but also Jupiter being the planet of opportunity. We are being presented with opportunities to change things, to break free from this oppression, to really truly expose it, because that is the first step. All right. And that's definitely something that is happening today. The final green planet that we're going to talk about, this is, again, these are where the planets currently are in the sky, is Pluto. Pluto is currently sitting at the 24th degree of Capricorn, 5 degrees away from the natal Capricorn. You guys, let me look it up. Maybe 200, for some reason I want to say it's about 237 years that it takes for Pluto to make its entire trip around the zodiac. It's the slowest moving planet. In contrast, the moon makes that entire loop in a month. The sun travels the entire zodiac once a year. And whenever it comes back around to where it was when you were born, that's your birthday. That's your solar return. All right. Pluto, nobody gets a Pluto return. Human beings, we don't get Pluto returns because we don't live to age 237, but the United States of America is getting up there in years. And that means that Pluto is coming back around to where it was when the United States of America was established at that 29th degree of Capricorn. That's going to be exact in February of 2022. So this is a 2-year minimum process that we are going through. Pluto is all about transformation. The United States is in a state of tremendous transformation, and it looks to me like the authorities are resisting this as much as possible. Okay, so if you want to know whether resistance is futile, the answer is no. It's not. It's not. Okay, Pluto is saying that it's time to purge all of these shadowy, deep, dark, disgusting aspects of our society, anything that is unsustainable. And if you don't think that American society is unsustainable, you have no idea what it is like to be a Black person in America right now. I'm a white person in America right now, and I can see that change is needed drastically. All right? So Pluto and his business in the sky right now is exposing, just really making it, after that George Floyd video was posted, you guys, every time new video is posted, don't we always say, isn't this enough? Isn't this the one that's finally going to get people to realize that there's a problem? For some reason, it took George Floyd. It happened. Everybody was there in front of their screens. People at home on quarantine, over and over and over again, watching this man die. I'm very, very sorry if this is a trigger for anybody, but I'm being very real about the fact that we're reaching breaking points. All right? So Pluto is exposing the darkness that goes on in America every single day. It really just can't be hidden anymore. And this climax again is going to be reached not until 2022. All right. So this is definitely something that's going to be going on. Some important dates for you guys to keep an eye out for: Pluto and Jupiter. I believe I did a video for their first conjunction in 2020, which was April 5th. They're going to be meeting up again, this time in retrograde on June 30th. And then it's going to happen again on November 12th. So once again, magnifying dark secrets, exposing power struggles, and just really, really, how do I want to say that? Look out for power grabs. That's what we're seeing today, June 2nd, 2020. That's what we're seeing today. All right. So that kind of stuff is going on. Those are the dates for Jupiter and Pluto in conjunction. We already had a conjunction between Saturn and Pluto in January of 2020. That is when we really, by the way, that is, I believe, the first confirmed death of the coronavirus in the United States of America happened right about that time. And then another date that we're going to look forward to is the conjunction of the great conjunction, if you will, between Saturn and Jupiter on December 21st. Every single one of those events is going to get a video from me. Several of my viewers have indicated that because my content is not made for children, they are not able to subscribe to notifications, but definitely subscribe. Make sure you're checking out my channel. Keep an eye out for all of those videos. Post questions, you guys, all right? Because I'm standing between these two worlds. This world of astrology where we're all just like nodding our heads like, didn't we say this is going to happen? And then, of course, the world of everybody who does not follow astrology. And that's the world that's literally like, what the hell is happening right now? So ask questions. I am here for you guys. I love you so much. Thanks, as always, for being here. If you guys want to do a personal reading with me, hit me up at the information below. And as always, I hope you can stay healthy, happy, and hopeful at this time.